this is why it's an interesting issue. How can you be safe? You know, there was a shooting yesterday in Israel where it was some terrorists walked into a school, a yeshiva apparently, which is a religious schooling unit, and just kind of blasted some folks. Well, that's unfortunate. Of course, it falls hot on the heels of the latest school shooting here in the States, which I think was by a sociology major, a former sociology major. So it didn't resonate extra with me because he's a sociology guy, though I did kind of wonder if he got lost in it all. It's easy to get lost in a lot of the sociological thought and theory. I know that, you know, when you discuss, as we've discussed briefly before, the three major schools of sociological thought, you know, one is going to hit you more than others. In most cases, particularly for you youngsters out there. When I say, I mean freshmen, the further you get up the ladder of your academic career in college, the less, at least in my case, the less I felt associated to one particular school of sociological thought. Though functionalism just resonates, and it's going to always resonate for me, but it's taken on a different shape at this point in my life. So anyway, you've got that, and then you have the Virginia Tech shootings, and you've got people right now are kind of like in the States, what's going on in our schools? Kids are going crazy. They're shooting one another. What's going on? You know, here in our home state of Arkansas, it was the Jonesboro incident where you had like a 9-year-old and a 10-year-old, or young bucks below the age of 14 blowing people away, and I think they shot like 9. A lot of people were killed in this kind of kid shooting, and you know, that's not cool. That's not cool, but it happens. So people are a little freaked out. And I've heard people at the office mention, you know, that they don't feel safe, and there haven't been any real sit-down discussions about it. But, you know, when the news is mentioned in brief, they also mention their opinions of the news in brief. And so sure enough, people are kind of like, man, I'm getting nervous to send my own kid to school. You know, nothing is safe or sacred anymore. And it seems that way. It seems like we're people kind of out of, I don't know if we're out of control. I think we're in control. You have to be in a certain degree of control when you cause that much damage. The question is, what are you doing and why? And why to them? You know, why not to these guys here? And so you have, I think the Virginia Tech guy said that he had, or I don't know exactly what his thing was, but I think it involved economics, you know. And I've been very frustrated with economics. Economics is a major point of frustration for the bulk of the world. You've seen the pyramid. The people with the most money are that tiny speck at the top of the pyramid, and everyone underneath is kind of not necessarily suffering the brunt of their egotism or ownership, but they are certainly living under it. That's just the nature of it. And you know, for a lot of people, particularly the young and passionate people, that can be overwhelming, and they want to do something about it that's overwhelming. And so you have in the case of school shootings, dead people, and it's dodgy. It's dodgy. So does safety exist? You know, is the question. If you can't be safe at school or church or synagogue or, you know, you name the holy place, can you be safe anywhere? And I don't know. I mean, does safety exist? I don't know. It's kind of in the eye of the beholder. Do I feel safe now? I do feel safe now, but I mean, the threats, it depends on, I guess, how you gauge your threats and what you deem as threats. My current threat right now is, am I going to be too chilly? Am I going to have to go to the bathroom yet again during all of this shooting? The shooting of this film, I should state. And also, you know, are people going to walk up and make me feel awkward about doing this in public? These are my threats. These are the threats that I've preconceived in this situation. And it's important, I think, to know your threats before you get into that threatening situation. So don't be naive, is my advice. And it's a simple suggestion, and it's not because I know better. It's just, you know, it makes a little bit of sense, in my opinion, to go somewhere and appreciate what you're getting yourself into. You know, it is the modern world, and it's the ancient world. It's just the world with people living on it. And, you know, I can go, you know, I could cite the whole Cain and Abel thing, but, you know, it doesn't even really, that's just a little, it's a parable. You know, you've got that, and I'm not saying it's bull. I'm just saying it is what it is. It doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. What it is, at the very least, is early evidence of at least humans thinking about and scribbling down discussions of man's violence toward one another. And it's how we are. We're a jealous group of people. And I think we're ultimately, I don't think we're good, and I don't think we're bad by nature. I mean, you know, a lot of people will say that we're either good or bad by nature. Some people think certain people are evil, actually evil, downright. I don't really think that's a big question for me. I don't think it's too much up for grabs. I really don't. It's just one of those things that's immaterial, and of course, it's all about behavior. How does it enact itself in real life? How does it manifest the world in which we live?